Have you ever stopped and wondered why so many people, once they reach their 80s, suddenly seem less steady on their feet? For some, it's not one big fall or accident that changes their life. It's something far more subtle, a quiet erosion of balance little by little, until even walking across the living room feels like crossing a shaky bridge. The truth is, balance isn't just about avoiding a fall. It's about independence. It's about being able to walk into your church, your local diner, or your granddaughter's graduation without worrying if your legs will hold you. It's about having the freedom to enjoy the neighborhood, strolls, the backyard barbecues, or simply the confidence to get up in the morning and move without fear. The hard part, most of us don't even realize that our everyday choices, tiny, almost invisible mistakes, are slowly stealing that balance away. And by the time we notice, we might already feel weaker, more cautious, maybe even dependent on others in ways we never thought we'd be. But here's the encouraging truth. Balance loss after 80 is not inevitable. Many people stay strong, confident, and steady because they've learned to avoid the most common pitfalls. Today, I want to share not just the 5 mistakes you need to avoid, but also the real-life stories of Americans who turn things around so that you can too. Stay with me until the end, because the last mistake is one that surprises nearly everyone. Inside your ear lies a tiny but mighty system, the vestibular system. It's your body's GPS, constantly telling your brain where you are in space. But when it malfunctions, the ground beneath you feels like it's tilting even when it isn't. I met George, an 85-year-old retired firefighter from Chicago. George loved fishing with his grandson down at Lake Michigan, but for months he'd been quietly avoiding those trips. Why? Every time he turned his head quickly, like when reeling in a fish, he felt dizzy, almost as if the world had shifted under him. He thought it was just age catching up. It wasn't. After finally seeing a balance specialist, George discovered he had benign positional vertigo, a common but treatable vestibular condition. With simple head exercises, his dizziness eased, and within weeks, he was back on the pier, laughing with his grandson as they cast their lines. Lesson: don't ignore dizziness. It's not just old age. Sometimes it's your inner ear asking for help. Addressing it early can give you back years of confident movement. Your eyes are your balance partners. They help your brain judge distance, depth, and obstacles. When vision fades, balance often follows. Take Martha, 83, from Phoenix, Arizona. Martha was the life of her weekly church potlucks, always bringing her famous pecan pie. But she started skipping them, embarrassed, after stumbling twice on the church's steps. She assumed her legs were weak. In truth, cataracts had blurred her vision. She couldn't see the subtle change in step height. After cataract surgery and brighter lighting installed at her home, Martha's confidence soared. She returned to her church community, moving around with the same energy she'd always had. The fix, regular eye exams, proper eyewear, and paying attention to home lighting. Don't let dim halls or shadowy corners turn into balance traps. Your legs are the pillars of your independence. But when they weaken, your balance weakens too. Let me tell you about Henry, a 79-year-old Korean War veteran living in Dallas. Winter storms had kept him indoors for weeks. By spring, He noticed something alarming climbing his porch steps, felt like hiking a mountain. Even standing to grill burgers in his backyard wore him out. A physical therapist showed Henry simple exercises, standing up from a chair without using his hands' heel raises while brushing his teeth, short walks around his block. Within a month, Henry's legs were stronger. More importantly, his confidence came back. We don't need fancy gyms or long workouts. Gentle, consistent activity is enough. Every time you choose movement, taking the stairs, walking an extra block, you're choosing balance. Your posture is your foundation. Over the years, slumped shoulders, forward-leaning heads, and curved spines silently shift your center of gravity. Suddenly, even a small misstep can topple you. I remember visiting Rose 81 in Portland, Oregon. A lifelong gardener, Rose had recently been tripping in her yard. Her therapist noticed she leaned forward when she walked without realizing it. Her body was slightly off-center all the time. Through gentle stretches, core strengthening, and reminders to walk tall, Rose regained alignment. She now moves through her garden beds with confidence, tending her roses like she always loved to. The takeaway posture matters. A quick daily check, standing against a wall with your head, shoulders, and hips aligned, can reveal if you're drifting. And it's never too late to stand tall again. Shoes are your daily foundation. Worn soles, loose slippers, or fashion shoes not designed for stability can sabotage your balance. Meet Harold, 82, from Florida, a retired mailman. Harold still loved long walks, but after nearly falling twice on wet pavement, he thought maybe walking was no longer safe. His daughter, however, checked his sneakers. The soles were smooth as glass. No wonder he was slipping. After buying shoes with firm grip and proper support, Harold felt secure again and even noticed less leg fatigue. The fix is simple. Measure your feet regularly. They change with age. Choose shoes with solid traction and swap worn-out pairs for safe ones. Remember, every safe step starts from the ground up. Losing balance after 80 doesn't happen overnight. It's often the result of small daily choices. But the hopeful truth is this. Every small improvement, checking your hearing, updating your glasses, stretching your posture, strengthening your legs wearing safe shoes, adds up. I've met countless seniors across the U.S. who, by making these adjustments, rediscovered not just their steadiness, but their joy. They went back to gardening, dancing, walking their dogs, or simply enjoying time with family without fear holding them back. So, ask yourself today, which of these mistakes are you making? And more importantly, what small step can you take to protect your independence, your freedom, and your confidence? Because balance isn't just about avoiding a fall. It's about living fully with dignity, strength, and joy in the years ahead. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this helpful, please leave a comment sharing one change you'll make this week. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone you care about. Together, we can build a stronger, steadier future one step at a time.